One thing that I was clear about then that I'm absolutely still 100% clear about now, marrying Jamie and having 7 children with Jamie was not a mistake. It's been about 2 years since I separated from Jamie. She was my wife of 18 years. She's the mother of our 7 beautiful kids. And a year after we separated, our divorce finalized. We separated, I was just like a couple months shy of my 40th birthday. And I'd been through like a lot of life transitions, including welcoming quintuplets into my home. But I had never anticipated or even thought about divorce. And it uprooted my entire world. Wow, it is so pretty in here. Red Rock Recreational Area, $5 for a day pass. It's gorgeous. Look at this guy. It's a big honkin' hollowed out tree. I didn't even know trees got this big in St. George. Let's walk on it. Man, I'm so bringing the quints back here. This is awesome. It's a little tree fort. We could set up our little pie shop right here, and Daisy can sell her pies right out that window. And you can eat the pies with this view. Let's hang out in this cave for a minute. This is kind of cool. So, Jamie and I met shortly after I got home from serving an LDS mission. I was very, very Orthodox, very, very devout Mormon. I was on seminary council, which is like extra church you get when you go to school, and they get a group of people that, you know, are really strong within the church that can share their testimonies with their peers. I did that. I read the Book of Mormon twice a day from the time I was about 13, 14, like once or twice a day, at least once a day, all the way through my mission, getting married. I could probably count during like that 10-year period on one hand how many times I didn't read the Book of Mormon. I think I went on a camp out once and didn't bring my scriptures. And so I just read triple when I got home. Very devout. During my mission, I was assistant to the president, which I was a traveling assistant. So towards the end of my mission, I didn't even have my own area. I just traveled around and trained and shared my testimony with other missionaries to help them throughout their mission. So that was kind of where I was coming from. Right before I came home, my mission president sat me down and said, Elder Scott, do not wait to get married. When you find the right one, do not wait. And that's something they tell missionaries as they exit. And we were also told, have a family immediately. Have kids as quick as you can. So I met Jamie, gosh, probably months after my mission. It was a blind date. I got her number. I chickened out calling her for a couple months because I was just so awkward when I got back. And the fact I could be alone, you couldn't be alone during your mission, and talk to a cute girl, that was a big deal. So it took me a while to give her a ring. Is this like a protected cactus? It's really pretty. Violet would say, no, Pat, don't sit on that. Wisdom. Do any of you get tree envy? Like, if I see trees, I fall in love with them. The trees in Disneyland, I want to take them home. Disneyland has some of my favorite trees and treats. They have churros. But this tree, I don't know if you can see it. It's just so cool looking. Okay, where was I? So I get the courage to call Jamie, and we go on a date, had a good dinner, went and saw a play. I was really into theater, and she liked theater as well, so it was kind of fun to do that on our first date. And then afterwards, I took her out for bonus dessert. She later told me that the bonus dessert is what got me the second date, which I always thought it was, you know, this moneymaker that got the second date. No, it was the Applebee's Blondie. So other than the fact that we knew that we both really loved dessert, one thing that I think both of us could see really clearly right off the bat is that we were both equally Mormon. We both, we're just really devout. We never watched rated R movies. And when we started dating, really quickly, we decided, well, you know, maybe we'll just pray. And we just on our own decided to pray to see if God wanted us to get married. And so we did that and then got together and talked about it, and we got engaged on our third date. I was 21, she was 19. I think she just turned 19. And so she may have even been 18. I'll do the math later. We were young, but again, when I met her, I just remember thinking, okay, I'm not gonna wait around, I'm gonna find the right one. I'm gonna start a family immediately. She had the same thing. We had the same exact goals. And that was really the foundation of our relationship that, like I said, turned into engagement on the third date, which sounds crazy. I mean, it kind of is. It's It's more common in Utah than you would think, especially with my generation of Mormons. It's been interesting to take time to just step back from my entire life and just breathe a bit and look at my story. It's almost like watching a movie of just how things played out. One thing that I was clear about then that I'm absolutely still 100% clear about now, marrying Jamie and having 7 children with Jamie was not a mistake. We built a beautiful life together. Again, we had like the same foundational goals. We wanted an eternal family, and so we get married and we start a family. Within a year, Shayden's born. And then we struggled with infertility for years. Landon came much later, and we, like I said, we both wanted a big family. You guys know a lot of our journey there. And then Landon, after Landon, we tried, took a year off, tried for about 5 years, no luck. And then we did IUI and really got our money's worth, like 5-for-1 deal, quintuplets. I'm rambling, but isn't it pretty in here? Can you guys see this? Look up, yeah. Wow. And then right here, we're gonna go for a swim in a minute. Maybe not. Now, in sharing that background, you're probably wondering, so does that mean that you guys weren't compatible? You didn't have a good marriage? I don't mean that at all. We made it work in every way. And we were happy because we were both doing what we'd always wanted to do. We wanted to have a family with kids. We wanted to kind of follow, the set format, and with the promise that we could be with our kids forever. So everything we were working for was eternal. And so if you watch us even early in the vlogs, was that real? Did you really have a great relationship? We did. We didn't have a ton in common. I mean, if you just took me and Jamie and matched up our personalities, we're very much opposites, which can work sometimes. But nonetheless, we had a beautiful relationship, a beautiful trust in each other. And when the marriage ended, again, I was in shock. Disbelief probably doesn't even describe it. I felt so disoriented. Like I didn't know which way was up. I didn't know which way was down. To some extent, I felt like I didn't even know what was real anymore. And so I had to take a step back from everything. But even taking back a step from my marriage to examine, what happened, I simultaneously took a step back from everything. And I basically found myself, I felt very much alone. It was just me and God. And sometimes there was moments that the only thing I could do was just keep breathing. And speaking of breathing, I kind of want to take you guys up there to see what's in that canyon. But I would definitely get out of breath and it would be hard to vlog. So I say we go that way. So today I want to talk about 3 things that I learned through the divorce process. And they're things that I kind of wish I would have learned right away. I didn't. It took time. It took a lot of processing. And before I even get into that, I do want to express my love for Jamie. I will always love and respect her. I honor her as a co-parent, as the mother of my children. And I hope that as we move forward in life that we can cheer each other on, that we can be there for each other, and more importantly, that we can work together for our kids. Jamie, with our kids, she did not have one pregnancy that came easy. With the 2 older boys, she had hyperemesis, which is like food poisoning. It was like having food poisoning for 6 months, relentless food poisoning. There was periods where she could not only eat, she couldn't eat, but she couldn't even hold down any fluid, which led to a lot of IV treatments. Sometimes we'd have to go to the hospital. It was really, really tough. So after those 2 really hard pregnancies, we thought, okay, we'll hopefully just have one more. Surprise, we had 5, but I witnessed firsthand. I sat by Jamie's side throughout the whole process of the quintuplet pregnancy, and I know firsthand the sacrifice, the courage, what she laid on the line and what she gave to bring our beautiful kids into this world. And I will always love and appreciate and honor her for that. Look, they're on a date. Wouldn't this be a good place for a date? Does anyone want to go on a date with me here? I'll just take the kids for now. I don't think I'm quite ready for dating yet. Yeah, but someday. Caw-caw! 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 It didn't work. There's like a big hawk up there. I was trying to get it to come out. I guess I probably shouldn't caw at a hawk. Maybe, I'm sorry. Hope he wasn't offended. What sound do hawks make? Kee! Kee! No, nothing. Okay, just to bring things back around, my divorce was very confusing, very, very painful to me. And to me, it was almost like it was a car accident. And not to make it graphic or anything, but I felt like I was like driving down the road with my family. We were eating snacks, listening to Jack Johnson. And then what felt like just like one heartbeat, all of a sudden we were airborne. And I watched my whole world just spinning in circles. Gosh, I'm out of breath because I just walked over a couple big hills on purpose. I did a good job though. I'm back in my shady cave for a minute. Nice and cool in here. To wrap up the thought, when I say that like the experience to me, I almost describe as an accident, it was mainly because it was so surprising to me. And it happened so quickly. And I definitely think that made it more traumatic for all of us. So this kind of shows that I could get the quints pretty far onto this trail, at least to some of the cool parts. They've got like a whole slew of kids. There's like 8 of them. And I don't have 8 kids. I have a smaller family. I only have 7. What's funny is I come from a family of 10, and Jamie comes from a family with 2. And so when we were engaged, I remember talking about, how many kids I wanted. And I said, I want a smaller family. And I'm talking about in relation to the family I was raised in. I go, I think maybe 6. And she laughed. She's like, you call that a small family? She was thinking 4. We thought we would have 5. 7's a perfect number. Did I ever tell you we had 7 kids? 2 boys, quintuplets? Yeah, 5 at the same time. Wow, there are so many cool little like hideouts just in the area. The quints are gonna love this. I'm already thinking of the games that we'll play. We'll come down here. We're gonna do pie shops up at the tree. Down here, I think we're gonna turn this into a bed and breakfast, and we'll have the hotel guest over here. We'll put the kitchen over here, and then the rivers, that's like the door. We'll make it the door. Okay, I am going to tell you the 3 things I learned during the divorce process that helped me a lot with growth and healing. Before that, I am going to answer one question because it has come up many times, and I know it will come up after chatting with you guys today. Am I still a member of the Mormon Church? I am not. I've resigned. I love Mormon people. It's my tribe. I was raised in a beautiful community. Some of my dearest friends are LDS. They're members of the church, and they're people that I love, I respect. But when it comes to the church, I'm no longer a member. I've had really good therapy, working out just some things that I had that weren't so great. But I've had time to breathe. I've had time to get grounded, take time for myself, just me and just God, whoever's out there looking out for us. That's a topic for another video. But divorce. Okay, I'm gonna park it right here by the stream for the rest of the vlog so I don't get distracted by anything. Not that I get distracted. Look at this guy. It's a big honkin' hollowed out tree. Is this like a protected cactus? It's really pretty. The first lesson I've learned through divorce that I want to share is that divorce can be forward moving. It can be healing. It can help us find new space for self-understanding, for self-love, a new connection with our Creator. It can help us break cycles of trauma, even generational trauma, and break away from things that just aren't working. And divorce often is looked down on, and we're quick to judge. But divorce, number 1, can be forward moving, which ties into number 2. I don't think divorce should be shamed or stigmatized. We are all on our own journey, and we really don't understand the full story or everything that we go through or our upbringing or everything it takes to have people come together and have a marriage and be together or raise children together. It's complicated. But I think in society, if we shame or stigmatize it, we're just exacerbating deep pain, especially when there's kids involved. I mean, it has not been easy for us, but it shouldn't be something that is shamed or stigmatized. That's my feeling. Which brings me to the third and final point. There really is a big bird. I'm not, okay, got away. Number 3, and I'm surprised it took me a while to remember this one, because this is a good one. There is life after divorce. And I say that because if you're in a situation where you see divorce perhaps on the horizon, you're going through divorce, or maybe you just got through a really painful divorce, it gets better. It gets easier. You're not alone. You're worth it. And you can do it. I look at my life and I look at the life I had with Jamie. I would never change it. I would do it all over again. And I'm excited for what's ahead. But if you're going through a hard time, you got this. You're worth it. Take care of yourself, love the people around you, and things do get better. They get easier with time. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go rinse my tears in this little creek here. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for joining us on our journey. So much more to share. Some really fun adventures ahead. In fact, I had the kids for 10 days straight, which is gonna be awesome and a little bit tiring, as you know.